We know 3 ways to factor. All right, we know 3 ways to factor. Anybody know one of them? GCF, what does that stand for? Greatest common factor. Anybody know the name of another one? What? We haven't done that yet. That's the same thing as this. Good, the perfect squares one. I call that one DOS or DOS. Anybody remember what this stands for?
No, it's
Difference of squares. Okay, difference of squares. And then yesterday, all the ones we did had how many parts?
It's like trinomial.
Yep, trinomial. So those are your tri ones. They have 3 parts. Okay. All right, so we're gonna do a couple problems for review. So 16x squared minus 49.
Are we doing these?
16x squared minus 49. Okay. Anything go into 16 and 49?
4, 8.
Those go into 49.
4 and 7.
Does anything go into 16 and 49? 3 goes into 16?
But that's on the square root.
7 doesn't go into 16. Nothing. Thank you.
Isn't it DOS?
Okay, so this one doesn't have a greatest common factor, right? Okay. How many parts does it have? 2. So it can't be a trinomial. Tri means 3. Okay. Just because it has 2 parts doesn't always mean it's difference of squares. You got to check. Difference means it has to have a subtraction, which it does. And then squares. Was 16 on our list of squares?
Yeah. 4.
Yep. And what about 49?
Yeah.
7. Okay, so this one splits into 2 parts. 16 is 4 times 4. And then you put your x and x. And then 49 splits to 7 and 7. And your signs are, yep, they have to be different. Because the only way to get negative 49 is to have a positive times a negative or a negative times a positive. Okay? All right, 36x squared plus 48x to the 5th. 36x squared plus 48x to the 5th. How many parts does this one have? 2. Is it difference of squares? Why is it not difference of squares? It's addition. That's one way. And 48 is not a perfect square. 36 is, right? What's 36? 6 and 6, right? But 48 is not a perfect square. Okay? All right. This one must be greatest common factor. What goes into 36 and 48? You got to pick the greatest number. I heard somebody say it. 12. You write 12 under both of them. So 12 is the greatest number they have in common. X squared or x to the 5th? X squared. Remember, you pick the smallest small number. And then you divide. Use your DS rule. Divide your big numbers, subtract your small numbers. 36 divided by 12 is 3. And those cancel. Plus 48 divided by 12? 4. And you subtract these, which gives you x to the 3rd. Okay? Remember, you have to put it in parentheses, and 12x squared goes out front. Okay? All right. X squared plus 8x minus 20. How many parts does that one have? 3. Okay? You always, well, nothing that goes into all these. Put a 1 here. 1 times negative 20. Okay, what multipliers give you negative 20? Okay, negative 10 and 2. What happens when I add negative 10 and 2? You get negative 8. What am I looking for? 10 and negative 2. When you add that, it gives you the positive 8 that you want, okay? I have to divide both of those by 1. Does it change anything? No, okay? So the way you write your answer is an x minus 2, okay? All right, so now we are going to combine methods. Okay, now we are gonna combine methods. Always GCF first. Okay. Always GCF first. What do we do first? What do we do first? What do we do first? GCF, all right? You do your GCF first. Write down, do the GCF first. Okay? All right, so example 1, 2x squared minus 8. 2x squared minus 8. Okay, what do we have to do first? GCF, what goes into 2 and 8? 2. Okay. Do they both have an x?
No.
Do I write an x underneath them? No. So I divide. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Drop down your x squared. Negative 8 divided by 2 is minus 4. Put it in parentheses. What goes out front? 2. Okay? I'm not done. Look inside the parentheses. How many parts is there? How many parts are in the parentheses? 2. All right? 1x squared is considered 1 part. So there's 2 parts. You have to ask yourself, is it difference of squares? Yes. Does it have a minus?
Yes.
Is 1 a perfect square?
Yes.
1 times 1. What about 4?
Yes.
2 times 2. Okay? So you drop down the 2, and then you do 2 sets of parentheses, and you've got to split it up. So this is going to be 1 and 1. And what goes with both of those? X. Okay? And how do you split up with a 4? Good. Negative 2, positive 2. That's your answer. Okay? All right, 4x to the 4th minus 4x squared. Four x to the 4th minus 4x squared. What do you check for first? GCF, what goes into both of them? 4. You got to pick the biggest number. 4 goes into both of them. What else? X squared. Okay, you pick the smallest small number. All right, now you divide. 4 divided by 4 is 1. X to the 2nd. Negative 4 divided by 4 is negative 1, and your x's cancel. Put it in parentheses. 4x squared goes out front. Okay? All right, check what's in parentheses. How many parts do you have? 2. If it has 2 parts, you say, is it difference of squares? Is it? Yes, because 1 times 1 is 1. So 2 sets of parentheses. How does 1x squared split? 1x and 1x. And then what about this one? Positive 1, negative 1. Doesn't matter what order you write them in. Okay. Sorry. All right, number 3, 2x squared minus 2x minus 40. All right, what do you do first? GCF. You always check for a GCF first. What goes into 2, 2, and 40? 2. And it will make your life easier to do that. Plus, you're supposed to. Okay, you divide them all by 2, which leaves you with x squared minus 1x minus 20. Okay? Put in parentheses what goes out front. 2. Okay? Alright. Now, how many parts are in parentheses? 1, 2, 3. So now I multiply. What's in front of the x squared? A 1. Now you do 1 times negative 20. Okay? What are two things that multiply to give me negative 20? Negative 5 and 4. And when you add negative 5 and 4, what do you get? Is that what I want? Yeah. Okay, so 2 sets of parentheses. How do you write your answer? Good. And a 2 out front. Questions? All right, number 4. 9x squared plus 66x plus 21. 9x squared plus 66x plus 21. All right, what do you do first? Good. GCF. What goes into 9, 66, and 21? 3. Very good. So you divide them all by 3. What about, do you put an x under all of them?
No.
Why not? Good. 21 doesn't have an x, so you just put a 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. Drop down your x squared. 66 divided by 3? And then 21 divided by 3? 7. Okay. All right, how many parts are here? 3. So this is where I do 3 times 7 and write it out to the side. What multiplies to give you 21? Good. 21 times 1. And what happens when you add 21 and 1? You get 22. Okay? Anybody remember what else you have to do? Divide by the 3. Divide these by 3. 21 divided by 3 is 7. This one's going to be a fraction for now. Okay. And when I write my answer, it's going to be x plus 7. And this one's going to be bottoms up, so it's going to be good. And what goes in the very front? Yep, that 3 drops down. Okay. All right, last one before lunch. X cubed minus 10x squared plus 21x. What do you do first? GCF. What goes into 1, negative 10, and 21? 1, okay, which we wouldn't really need to do. Anything else that you notice? They all have a x, okay? So you do have to divide them all by x because they all have one, okay? Put a 1 right there. What's small? 3, 2, or 1? The smallest one is 1, okay? What does this give you when you divide? X squared, because you subtract them. Negative 10x. What happens to these x's? They cancel, okay? And you put the x out front, okay? All right, how many parts are we left with? 3. So that's where you do 1 times 21, which is 21, okay? All right, what multiplies to give you 21? Okay. Why are they saying negative 7, negative 3? Got to give you negative 10, okay? All right, what do these divide by?
1.
Does that change anything? No. How do you write your answer? X in front. Okay. All right, see